rebels. As long as they minded their business and didn't cause trouble, they could do what the hell they wanted. Until last night. Then everything changed.
No, I'm taking Louvet to them.
Louvet was a 3-foot gargoyle who'd been a pain in the ass since Viper's mate, Shay, had rescued him from a slave auction. The creature was intrusive, maddening, and his magic was dangerously unpredictable. Styx would have him stuffed and mounted on his wall if Darcy and the other females hadn't been so attached to the ridiculous pest, and there were a few occasions when the gargoyle's rare talents actually came in handy.
Ah, an even more devious plot,
his companion drawled. The only one who loathed Louvet more than Styx was Viper.
You intend to torture them with that aggravating pest until they kill themselves. Very clever, a wise and ancient master. Did you just call me ancient?
Viper shrugged.
Prehistoric?
Styx narrowed his gaze, the lights in the mansion flickering. All vampires had individual talents. Styx's was a blast of energy that could cripple his opponent. Unfortunately, his power tended to interfere with modern technology when he was annoyed.
Careful.
Viper grinned, gloriously unrepentant.
Tell me why you're taking a gargoyle to Vegas.
Styx folded his arms over his wide chest.
You remember I told you I was cleaning out the caves? No, but to be fair, I rarely listen when you're talking.
Styx made a sound of disgust.
Why do I bother to pretend I'm the Anaso? No one ever pays attention to me. Someone has to be king,
Viper informed him with a shrug.
Tell me about your cave.
There was more flickering of the lights and a small shudder beneath their feet, but Styx managed to maintain command of his temper. Nothing less than a miracle.
My ravens have been using it as temporary housing, but I completed the barracks beneath the estate, he said.
The caves were several miles away and had been his home for decades before Darcy had insisted that his role as king demanded a more elegant setting. He hated to tell her that he far preferred the dark, dank, and sometimes moldy caverns. At least there he didn't have to worry about breaking something, and he certainly hadn't had to worry about unwanted guests dropping by.
With no one to guard the entrance, I needed to do something with my previous master's belongings.
Viper's pale features hardened with a sudden burst of fury. The original Anaso had kidnapped Viper's mate and intended to use her blood to extend his own life. Needless to say, the two males hadn't been BFFs.
Burn them,
the younger vampire snapped.
Or better yet, let me burn them. That's what I intend to do with the majority of the stuff,
Styx said. In truth, his first impulse had been to pile everything in the middle of the largest cavern and toss a match on top. Unfortunately, he had taken time to sort through the boxes, trunks, and hidden stashes. Now it was too late to solve his problems with a bonfire.
There are a few sensitive items I need to deal with personally.
Sensitive?
We both know that my master could be ruthless even before he started going mad, Styx said. He was a jerk.
Styx's lips twitched. His own relationship with the Anaso had been complicated. He'd admired the vampire's determination to force the savage vampires out of the Dark Ages and to unite them in a common cause of survival. But his methods had been questionable.
As eloquent as always, Viper, he said dryly.
Viper waved a slender hand.
It's a gift. Anyway, I found this hidden beneath his bed.
Styx leaned forward to grab the thick scroll off his desk. It was made of papyrus and rolled around a heavy bronze rod. It smelled of age and blood.
What's that? Viper demanded. It's a pact with a coven of witches.
Witches? Viper took a step backward, eyeing the scroll with horror. Magic was the one thing all vampires feared. They had no ability to sense it, which meant they had no way to protect themselves.
No vampire would willingly deal with witches. It gets worse. What?
Styx felt something in the middle of his chest, a strange pressure. Darcy would no doubt tell him it was guilt, but he refused to accept such a stupid hypothesis. He was a predator, a king, a badass warrior with a badass sword that lopped off heads. Still, that pressure was annoying.
My master came to me and swore that Tarak had turned traitor and tried to kill him to claim the throne for himself. He said he'd been forced to exile Tarak, and that he wanted me to stand at his side when he proclaimed Tarak's clansmen as rebels.
Did you? Viper demanded.